It's an ideology that preaches hatred and extols the virtues of extremism and violence. To the radicals, this ideology runs parallel with the teachings of one of the world's great religions. But in reality, this terrorist dogma has no place in any of the major religions. Through its comprehensive approach in dealing with the issue of radicalism, many experts consider RRG as an excellent model of counter-ideological efforts for other countries to learn from and emulate.
The work that we have done here by the RRG has been noticed by many countries. They have visited the RRG, got briefing from them, and they went away quite impressed by the efforts we have achieved so far, and that they have asked RRG to share their experience with them.
Reaching out to both the detainees as well as their families is seen as an innovative approach to help former radicals return to the right path. The praises and recognition it receives now do not hide the difficult challenges that RRG faced in its early days. Established in 2003, RRG members and their leaders had encountered several challenging situations. Some of them were not equipped with the right tools and the breadth of experience to deal with those involved in terrorism-related activities.
The RRG has done well in terms of reaching out to the detainees. They've come up with a training manual. They have upgraded the skills of the asatizas, which I think is a wonderful outcome in terms of understanding psychology and counseling and so on and so forth. And these are skill sets which I would welcome other asatizas to have.
With more than 3/4 of those arrested been released and deemed safe enough to go back to society, the good works done by RRG in reforming those former radicals has not gone unnoticed. The task ahead is to focus on preventative efforts at curtailing the spread of radical ideology within the Muslim community.
I think the effort must continue, but probably want to take on a different approach, a different strategy altogether, because at the end of the day, it's about explaining Islam, right? And explaining Islam, especially Islam in the context of a modern secular society, will take a lot of time to explain to people how we adjust in terms of our belief system.
The end result of all these efforts is the creation of a Muslim community which continues to adopt a moderate approach to religion. It's a vital ingredient for any successful strategy in the fight against radicalism.
Moderate Muslims would have to somehow win the middle ground and to render themselves mainstream. The moderate voice has to be the dominant voice, the mainstream voice. It is society that has to deny these violent, radical, sectarian groups the basis of their support, and that support may come through financial support, moral support. It is society that has to say no. It's because governments cannot do this.
Keeping the Muslim community on the moderate path is also the strategy taken by many other Muslim groups in Singapore, such as Simply Islam, which deals with public education, including the Muslim youths.
When we try to spread the peaceful message of Islam and the beauty of Islam in our educational system that we have been developing, we saw that the problems of extremism was a serious problem that we needed to address among our students as well.
Simply Islam is now actively involved in spreading the correct message of Islam, particularly the Muslim youths along with other Muslim groups within and outside Singapore. It has been working very closely with the London-based moderate Muslim group, Radical Middle Way, and an Indonesian organization, Arus Damai, to conduct various programs that deal with contemporary issues affecting Muslims.
When we work with the Radical Middle Way London, they shared with us a lot of their knowledge about this program of de-radicalization, and at the same time our experience in Indonesia was a unique experience in that we had to start from scratch in developing programs for the people of Indonesia, and our target was mainly the youth.
The experience of the RRG and Simply Islam has revealed that the battle to counter radical ideology will be a long-run effort, and it will take quite a while before the problem can be completely eradicated. In the meantime, Muslims, particularly the young and the most vulnerable, need to be won over so that the present and future generations of Muslims will remain as important contributing members of society, committed to safeguarding the society's sacred pillars against the threat of extremist ideologies.